Hello, I'm Cassie.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Novel Matters, where we talk about the books we love, the ones we didn't, and everything in between. So, Sarah, what are some bookish red flags that will turn you away from reading a book?
Oh, I feel like this is such a hard one for me, but I feel like secondhand embarrassment of any sort will just turn me away from a book. If I am getting some sort of secondhand embarrassment from it, I will be like, nah, I'm done. I can't.
Fair. Is there like a book in particular that is giving you that?
No, but I feel like something just happened recently where like the secondhand embarrassment just like made me cringe so hard that I couldn't continue. It was probably something that I was watching, but I couldn't continue.
A red flag for me is when an author has her characters use current slang in like the author's dialogue.
Yep.
And do you know what book specifically that I'm talking about?
I don't think so, but I think what you just said is such a good one.
So that happened a lot in a certain dragon series.
I think I know which specific dragon series you're talking about.
Yeah, and if you remember, I was very disappointed with that. So yeah. I can't really think. I feel like there's definitely certain tropes that I can't just think off the top of my head that are usually red flags for me.
Well, now that you just said that, specific tropes, but just like the professor-student dynamic, maybe because we've read so much of that this year, through our journey of our podcasts and beyond. But I think that just gives me the ick in general.
Yeah. I do want to say sometimes when the author tries to make the main character stand out so much, like in a physical way, that usually comes off as a red flag for me. Because to me, if you want your main character to stand out, you want it to be through like their arc and their development rather than like how they look. And I feel like if you want your main character to be quirky in some sort of way, there are other ways of doing that.
Yeah.
Rather than making them look a certain way.
I agree.
So I think that's usually one that turns me away.
Yeah.
Because I just can't look past it sometimes.
No.
It drives me crazy.
I agree with that.
So there is a very big controversy in the bookish universe right now, and that has to do with generative AI. It spans across authors using generative AI to write for them. It spans across people or just bookish fans using generative AI to come up with characters for them. It's a huge thing right now. So I will let Sarah get into what it's looking like on TikTok.
So not that I was unfamiliar with like generative AI, but specifically on what's happening over in the booktok community. So what I was able to indulge in was that there is some controversy around character.ai and promoting that. It seems like there are a few creators on booktok who were promoting character.ai. And from my understanding of it, it's an app where users chat with AI generative fictional characters. But I think where this is the realm that it's laying in is that many users and authors see this as a form of plagiarism and character theft. Because I feel like whenever you write, like, I guess I don't know, like, maybe what copyright laws or anything, but I feel like you do have some sort of ownership to who you're writing about and what is on your pages. So I can understand where this is very perplexing.
Yes. And I mean, the authors are not getting any type of payment for their characters being used. And I don't even know if it explicitly says who those characters are.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's pretty obvious who the characters are, which books they belong to. So that is definitely a problem.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're not getting any compensation for that, or it just not outright saying this is this character from this book.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost as if they are trying to claim it as something of their own.
Yeah, absolutely. And I thought that it was very polarizing to me that this is even something that has been created and can be used to talk to fictional characters. So I can really understand the backlash that this is like protruding.
Yes. The overarching problem with AI is basically if you are using it and you are putting in a prompt of some sort, what it's giving back to you is it's always pulling data from something else. Yeah. So that could be movies that are out, it could be books, it could be anything. So whatever is coming from AI is not original.
Absolutely.
And that is where the issues are coming from. Because it's making you wonder how much of the writing today from authors that allegedly have been using AI, like how much of that is authentic to them.
And I feel like where some of this is being questioned too is like the authors that are pushing out books on top of books and have so many published books each year that it's basically like the math is not mathing. Like, how are you doing that and pushing out that many books per year?
Exactly. And I mean, ghostwriters have always been a thing.
Absolutely.
But it also makes you wonder, now that AI has gotten a little popular, have they gone away with ghostwriters, and are they just relying on AI to do it all for them now?
Absolutely. Because I mean, like, AI is usually somewhat of a free engine tool, or maybe if you pay for the premium subscription of AI, like, that's somebody that you essentially don't have to pay compared to like a ghostwriter that I can see going that route instead of going through the ghostwriter route.
Yes. So there are two sides of the argument. So one side is obviously AI bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's pretty obvious why, but a lot of people have difficulty understanding what makes it bad. And we've already said it a little bit, but obviously it is using things that don't belong to the person who is asking for it.
Yeah.
The other thing is the author's content that is being used, they're not getting compensation for it. On the other side of the coin, there is also the belief that some authors believe it can just be used as a tool, as a resource, whether that just be for editing or maybe just inspiration. But that still begs the question of, but it wasn't you who did it.
Yeah.
So that is the big controversy right now.
I feel like I just like had a point to that, but like I feel like I don't know, like, do you, I guess, feel like it's like an ethical and moral dilemma of like how you are kind of defining like AI and like that? Because I feel like AI, in the sense, and how I guess my maybe naivety is that I would want people to understand that it could be a tool and a resource to use, but it should not take away from anything else, like your work or anything.
Yeah. And I think that's where it gets complicated for a lot of people, because when you start out using it for very simple things, that is when the lines begin to blur and people kind of start taking advantage of it. So I feel like that is where it's starting, and the ending is not looking very good right now.
Not at all. And especially, in general, not just in the book talk community, but I feel like just a lot of abuse with AI and like asking them to do very basic things that you could use your brain for. Or like, oh, I asked ChatGPT X, Y, and Z, and then they told me the answer. And I'm just like, I feel like now we're kind of in different territory here where it's kind of a little scary.
Yeah. But that has led BookTok to be in absolute turmoil.
Yes.
Someone specific that has a lot to say about AI in writing is Victoria Aveyard. Have you seen any of her stuff?
I know that we talked about this a couple weeks ago briefly, and then when I was looking into it, somebody did mention Victoria Aveyard. But give us a recap of what she has been stating.
I mean, none of what she said has been wrong. She has just been stating why AI is a problem, how it is unfair to authors that are true authors of writing their own stories. And she's saying it, when you're using AI, it is taking away from the creative process of writing a book. So if you are even using AI to help come up with characters, then you are taking away from your own creative process and therefore the authenticity of your writing. And I agree with her. So nothing that she has said so far I disagree with. Another person, like on the flip side of the coin, Jessica Hastings, who is the author of the Magnolia Park series and what's that book called? The
Will of Conditions? The Condition of Will?
Yeah, The Condition of Will. There you go. On the other side of the coin, she has been heavily criticized for her choices with using AI because in an interview, she just outright said that she used AI to do research for her book. So even that, just researching, has gotten her just kind of canceled. But she's had a lot of problems in the past anyway, so she typically operates on the controversial side all the time. So we talked about doing a little segment for auto buy authors. If you don't know what that means, that basically means you love an author so much that when you know they are about to come out with a book or they just came out with a book, you don't even have to read the synopsis of that book because you just love that author so much. You're like, I'm going to buy it anyway. I don't even have to look at what it'll be about. And I think I have a few of those.
I want to hear them.
Okay, so I'll start with my first one. And I feel like you already know who it is. It is Mother, Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake is my favorite.
I have no words because, well, first I already knew that, but I just think it's so funny because like I think I've read one Olivia Blake book and I'm always like, oh, Cassie loves her so much, so I'm going to love her. And then I just never pick up a book from her at all.
I just love her so much because I truly never know what I'm going to get with her. But I love her writing so much and she has so much range. And I mean, she blends genre so well. And I just love that whatever I'm getting from her, it will be original. It's not going to be like a copy and paste type situation. I'm just going to be totally immersed in whatever world she is writing about.
How did you find Olivia Blake?
Oh, what was the first book I read by her? Probably the Atlas Six. Yeah, the Atlas Six was my first book I read by her. And it really just scratched that itch of like kind of a competitive urban fantasy almost. And I've already mentioned this before, but I used to read Wattpad like crazy, and people would always write stories about like boarding schools or like secret societies and academies and stuff, and that really scratched that itch for me.
Yeah.
So that's what got me in on her. And to be honest, I didn't know half of the words she was using, like what they meant.
Yeah.
Because she has an insane vocabulary. So I feel like I was stopping a lot, but it never took me out of the story because it was just so immersive.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say your favorite book from her is?
Oh, it's so hard. That's like an unfair question.
Okay, at least maybe rank them or your top 3.
Oh. Okay. The Atlas 6 has to be number 1 for me. After that, probably Alone with You in the Ether. And then after that, number 3 would be Masters of Death, Masters in Death. That one. It's like a Romeo and Juliet retelling, sort of.
Okay, that sounds cool. I actually did start that on my Kindle a couple months ago and haven't picked it up yet. Or haven't. I think I'm probably like 20 pages in, so I need to get back into it. But it was good so far.
Yeah, but I love her so much. Who's yours?
V. Schwab just really does it for me. So I was introduced with V. Schwab for our first book club back in like 2023 when we started it. You recommended it, and we started out with the Darker Shade of Magic series. And I think we read the first book for the book club, but then we didn't end up doing any of the others. So I read them on my own, and I loved them. And then just have picked up every book of hers after, not every, but almost all books from her.
I know. I love her so much. And she just has such well-developed characters. Like, you feel like you know them so well. And, I mean, she obviously has her Darker Shades of Magic series, but then she has Addie.
She has
The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And that is just so different. Like, her writing is so lyrical and beautiful. I truly don't understand how people don't love that book. It's hard for me to wrap my head around. Because for me, it was just so easy to read, even if it felt like, I don't know how to explain it, but...
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I feel like she's so diversified in her writing because, like, we have the Darker Shade of Magic series, then you have the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but you have her vicious and vengeful books, and then you have like Gallant, which I haven't read any of the Gallant stuff, but so coming from my perspective of like a Darker Shade of Magic, the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, vicious, and then now Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. Very diversified writing and worlds that
characters too.
Yeah, and the characters are just so different and polarizing from each other that you're just like, how does she do that? And just somehow she just makes it magical in all of the books. Yeah, so she's definitely my auto-buy author. I don't even care what she writes, I'll buy it.
I need to read the rest of her stuff. Like I told you, I started Vicious, and for some reason I just stopped reading that halfway through. But I remember really liking it.
Yeah.
So it's not because of the book itself. I think I just maybe had a lot going on at the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then the Gallants series, is that YA?
I feel like it might be.
That might be why I've stayed away from it, because I just have a hard time with YA. But I feel like just because it's her, I need to read it.
Yes.
So maybe when I finish my TBR.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah. My next person is, which I had V. Schwab on mine too. My next person is R.F. Kuang.
Yes.
She is like more of a recent auto-buy author. And I feel like I just started picking her stuff up like early last year. So you just can't go wrong with her. I started with the Poppy War first.
Yeah.
And then you haven't read that, right?
No. I've started
So
it,
good.
but did not end up finishing.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it can be pretty heavy too. So I started with that, and then I went to Yellowface.
Mm-hmm.
And you've read that one, right? Oh my gosh, you have to read it. It's so good. She does such a great job with creating characters who are just so flawed.
Yeah.
And like, even she's not afraid of having a main character that she knows everybody will hate.
Yeah.
And that is Yellowface. Big fan of that book. And then I went to reading her second book in the Poppy Wars trilogy, and that was The Dragon Republic. Mm-hmm. And I still have to read the third one, but I am like, well, it's on the TBR, so I'm just like, it's out of my hands. I'll let it happen when it happens. Yeah. But she just has like social commentary that I feel like a lot of authors are afraid to include in their writing, and I like that about her a lot.
The only book that I have read from her is Babel, and I really enjoyed that book. Mm-hmm. So I want to get in. I know that you've always recommended her, but I want to get into more of her books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I honestly forgot about, I think Babel might be my least favorite of her stuff, and I still really liked that. I gave it 4 stars, I'm pretty sure. But she's just wild. And I wonder how long it takes her to write her books because of the amount of research that goes into that stuff. So she would be like the dream author to interview for me.
Oh, absolutely. And I think this was probably a couple months ago, but she did have an event recently, or was at an event, which I thought was really cool. We need to look into, side note, we need to look into some author events for sure. But I agree. I would really want to know how long it takes her to write her books. Because like just with Babel, the little ending part of it with all of the research was huge. It took me so long to get through that.
Get comfortable,
buddy.
I had something to say, and then it ran away from my brain. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and she just seems so sweet. But right? Man, if we did interview her, I would feel dumb.
I would die.
Cause she was like Ivy League. I don't even know what I would say to her, to be honest. So, do you have somebody else?
Yes, Kristen Hanna. Which I know we just finished The Nightingale, but I love Kristen Hanna. I have been a fan of her since reading The Nightingale prior in 2019, and then we reread it for the podcast and then did an episode on it. But I think why I like her so much is she always has just like the strong female leads in it. But then just the depth of each book emotionally, I feel like she just knows how to like pull on your heartstrings for sure. And then they're all like very intimate. Like you feel like you are in that time period with the characters that it just sucks you in.
Mm-hmm. She actually was not on mine. Mm-hmm. And it is because I've only read The Nightingale and then The Great Alone. Mm-hmm. And both of them absolutely destroyed me. Yeah. So that makes me not want to read anything of hers ever again, because she just, like, the emotional wreckage that I have to deal with afterwards, it makes me scared to read her books after that.
You have to like recover. You have to like actually take time off to recover from her books.
Yeah. And I just can't. They're just so sad. They are. And that's just hard for me to deal with. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like as a reader, when I am reading a book, I want to feel completely immersified. I want to almost like become the main character. Yeah. And that is awful when it is her books, because it's just outright depressing most of the time. Yes. So, yeah, that is why she's not one of my auto authors. I also had, and this is for like teenage Cassie, but John Green.
Oh, absolutely. I completely forgot about him for a second, even though I think I said something about The Fault in Our Stars a couple episodes ago. But yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, which he's come out with like 2 nonfiction books, I'm pretty sure, lately. And I am not a nonfiction girly.
Yeah.
So I have not read those, and I would be surprised if I ever did. However, The Fault in Our Stars, have never read it, will never read it, because I know that will also just destroy me. But I have read all of his other stuff, except the Will Grayson one.
I haven't read that one either.
Because I feel like that just didn't get a lot of hype, and I don't know. So, but yeah, the rest I've read.
I actually did read one of the newer books, that Everything is Tuberculosis. It's really good. And it does read as nonfiction, but I feel like it's captivating enough to keep your attention. So I recommend. It was very fascinating.
That makes me, Stephen King wrote like a writing memoir. And I remember, just obviously it's Stephen King, enough said right there, but he just has such a way with words that even as a nonfiction book, I still just felt totally in it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is just so interesting, because he included personal bits, obviously, about like his writing journey, but how he turned into the writer that he did. So I would like to maybe try reading John Green's nonfiction, because maybe he just includes like his wittiness. So maybe I'll try. I don't know.
Yes. If you do, let me know, because it was a good book.
Yeah. Do you have another one?
I don't. Those were my 2 tried and true people.
My other one was Donna Tartt.
Oh, when I was doing this yesterday, I was like, she's going to pick that. I already know she's going to pick too.
Which, will she ever come out with another book?
The world may never know.
I hope so.
Because right now she has The Goldfinch, and she has Secret History. What were her other ones? If she has another one.
I think she does. That's the one I haven't read. I think it's like Little Friends or something like that. And I haven't read it only because I remember it being on my mom's bookshelf, and I remember my mom never saying anything about it, because I remember her saying something about The Goldfinch and how she really liked that, and that's what made me read it. And The Secret History, I mean, like Dark Academia, come on. So I don't know if her other one would exactly be my vibe.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I'll get to it at some point.
Yes.
Only time will tell. Okay, we're about to go into the really fun part here. So we decided to do guessing 1-star reviews of books that we know each other has read. So there were quite a few for you that I have picked out that I don't think I have read. So this will be interesting. It said, I'm all for recycling, but does she have to keep writing the same book every year? Boring, repetitive, bland characters, a main character that moans every time she eats something.
Why do I feel like this is an Emily Henry book? Is it?
Yeah.
I want to say funny story.
Yeah.
Because I know exactly what they're talking about with, like, the eating, or because there were a few scenes where she is eating something in that book, and I can remember just, like, being like, okay, what is happening here?
And that is a thing with writing nowadays. I feel like I see that all the time.
Really?
Yes.
I need to pay attention a little bit more, but she was definitely the first notable one.
Yeah, I think it needs to stop. I agree with this person. It needs to stop.
I have, unfortunately, whatever that condition is, mouth noises, like specifically when people are eating, that it just drives something internally for me. So I don't need to be reading it to understand that.
Yeah, that's like a different level of ick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be so bad at this.
When I was writing these yesterday, I'm like, I'm so bad at guessing stuff. So, okay, but I feel like you'll know maybe. Okay. So this 1-star review says, this book was beyond my level of literary tolerance. I wasn't in any way able to deal with the lack of conversational punctuation marks. I don't find it artistic. I find it disheveled, like a jumble of loosely associated paragraphs. ... This was a Good Morning America pick.
It has to be Sally Rooney.
No.
The punctuation is what made me think it was her. Like with the quotation marks,
yes.
And she doesn't use quotation marks.
I have some hints for you.
Okay, please.
So I can either give you a genre hint or another 1-star review of the same book.
Genre.
Historical fiction.
It's not Chris and Hannah, is it? This is gonna be bad.
Another hint is it is in a country that you recently visited.
It is in a country?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. This is scary.
I can either give you the other 1-star review or I could tell you.
Give me the other one.
Okay. It would be better to read our tour guide to Florence cover to cover instead of this. Utter waste of time.
Did they say twerk?
Tour, sorry. Like T-O. You are.
Little pause.
Yeah. Goodness.
I know what it is.
Okay, tell me.
It's Still Life.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it took me a minute, but I got there.
I was hoping, like, including... Didn't you go to Florence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's crazy is we didn't even like it.
What?
Yeah, I had such high expectations and it just did not meet it.
That's so disappointing.
Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Yay. We're both 1 for 1. I feel like I should have had a time limit though, but it's okay. Okay. My second one says, DNF. After 2 hours on audio version, I decided I really didn't care why writers can't write. I think this will be a hard one for you.
This one, I feel like it's going to be such a hard one. Do you have any hints?
It is considered romance, I believe.
Did I read it this year?
No clue. I was stalking your Goodreads for these.
I feel like I'm not going to guess that one.
I will give you another hint.
Okay.
The author has the same new last name as me.
No. Still no.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Writers and Lovers by Lily King.
What?
And to be fair, I don't blame you for not being able to guess that because I kind of forgot about that book because I read it too.
Yes.
So
I also forgot the author's name, I think. So that's probably... Okay. Next one. This one says, the writing style is so grating. No depth or pathos. The narrator doesn't so much foreshadow as tell you everything that's going to happen.
Is it romance?
Historical fiction.
I'm really trying to go through all the historical fiction I've read.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Kristen Hannah.
Not Kristen Hannah, no. I would say that this book, you rated it like really high. on Goodreads. And you've also talked to me about this book on a couple of occasions. I think this, don't quote me, but I think it was on your Roman Empire books.
Maybe I need to take it off.
The next quote for this says, all my previous attempts have ended in gnashing of teeth. Gnawing? I think it's gnashing of teeth. It leaves such a bad taste in my mouth.
Man. Like, when I think of historical fiction at this point, it's just like Kristen Hanna stamped in my brain.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to tell you?
Is it Kwong? Yeah, tell me. I'll take the L.
The Book Thief.
Marcus Zusak?
Yep.
Zusak? Yeah. That is definitely historical fiction, but I think I rewired my brain to believe it's fantasy because of how he personified death.
Yes.
That will still remain in my Roman Empire books, by the way. I'd never take that off. Okay. This next one is long.
Okay.
I'm convinced anyone who gives this 5 stars is not sane. It contains the typical I don't do marriage love interest, but somehow he magically wants a committed relationship and kids with our lucky lady after a few interactions. We love being the only exception. It ends with us contains a lot of dark elements such as abuse, toxic relationships, and attempted with no trigger warnings.
Is it ends with
Yeah, because I'm stupid.
Well, at first I was like, this kind of sounds like ACOTAR almost. And
I was working on this stuff at the airport. So you can only imagine how my brain was taking in 1,000 things at once.
That's okay.
Man, I was excited for that one too. Someone else's review for it, though,
Okay, let me hear.
said, it ends with this book, actually.
Yes.
And I love that one.
When we were doing, this is just a side comment, but when we were doing our auto by authors, I was looking back through like my Goodreads account, and I was like, if you would have looked through my Goodreads account, it looks like Colleen Hoover would be my auto by author. I am so glad that I got out of that period of time. I can't with her.
I think I've only read Ugly Love by her, and that was it.
Mm-mm.
And I vowed never to read anything by her again.
Yeah, no. Okay, my next one says, it's clumsy, horny, and not in a fun camp way, and unpolished. Everyone talks like millennials from 2023. Who added this? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Is that Allie Hazelwood?
Nope.
Oh, that screams Allie Hazelwood to me.
It is in the fantasy realm, though.
Fantasy. Is it Sarah J. Maas?
Mm-mm. But also on the same, like, popular scale. Another quote from this book, or not quote.
Is it Rebecca Yarros?
Yes.
Yes.
Which book, though?
Oh. Is it Fourth Wing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she has some cringy stuff in there.
Yeah, the other quote that I was going to read was said, flaming hot, scorching hot, gets you in trouble and you like it level hot. Who talks like this? I don't know.
Is that really said? Is that a quote from the book?
No, but that's what was like the 1-star review.
I feel like that stuff that sounds sort of cringy. What's his name? He's the comedic relief.
I want to call him Roderick, but it starts with an R. But it's
Roderick, right?
Roderick. It's something with an R.
I feel like he's the one saying that stuff. Like I could see him saying that. Okay, let me read through this and make sure I didn't include the title this time.
Okay.
Okay, I should be good. Okay, this one says, a thinly veiled ripoff of The Last Mrs. Parrish. The storyline, characters, plot, and even some of the small details were practically identical. Not sure how this isn't considered plagiarism. Just read The Last Mrs. Parrish instead, or just read The Last Mrs. Parrish instead of bothering with this.
This sounds like Frida McFadden.
Mm-hmm.
The Housemaid.
Yes.
Yes. I think I only would, because The Last Miss Parrish is incredibly similar to that. And Lydia talks about this quite often when we were reading it. That she really enjoyed that book compared to the Frida McFadden one.
Yep. And I'm not a fan of Frida McFadden either, so this was fun for me.
Spot on.
Just looking at all the 1-star reviews for it. Okay.
My next one is, I'm the best, the smartest. I know 5 dead languages. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Is it Ruff Quank? 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 I don't know, 5 dead languages. Who knows 5 dead languages? Is it fantasy?
Mm-hmm.
This is so hard.
I think both you and Alex have read this book.
James Islington?
Huh?
The Bill of the Mini?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'm just so bad at this. Okay. Next one says, a disappointment from one of my favorite authors. Lots of yucky stuff here, especially rampant drug use or drug abuse, making for a waste of good writing. As one reviewer said, the word bleak is a cheerful way to describe it. The characters, all but a couple of them, make horrible choices, but of course it's not their fault because the world is stacked against the region they live in.
Okay, well, at first I thought you were going to say Vicious by V. Schwab.
Nope.
The world that they live in.
Don't think just because I said that makes it fantasy.
Okay. What genre would you say?
Literary fiction.
Did we recently read it?
No.
I have no idea.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
The setting takes place near us.
Demon Copperhead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was a good one.
A lot of people did not like that book. Saw a lot of mixed reviews.
So surprising because it was so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And depressing. But it's
My last one for you says, if this is love, I wish to God I never go through the pain of experiencing it.
I read a lot of books about love. Okay, is it romance or fantasy?
I would say I'm leaning more towards romance.
Was it a recent read?
Recent-ish.
Like in the past year?
Yes.
This year?
I don't think this year. If you did read it this year, it was early this year.
So you say it's more romance.
I would say it's more romance, but this author does dabble in fantasy.
Olivia Blake?
It is. Which one?
Is it Alone with You in the Ether?
Yes.
Okay. Yay. Okay. For a 400-page book, there needs to be more than just a stupid plot about a magic stone. There are no subplots, no subterfuge, no otherness about it. There was nothing at all except a short story that was stretched out and stuffed full of padding to satisfy a word count.
This kind of sound, I can't remember if A Darker Shade of Magic had a stone in it, but it does sound like A Darker Shade.
How are you so good at this? It makes me mad.
Was it a darker
Yes.
shade? Okay.
It took you like half a second. That's crazy.
I liked A Darker Shade of Magic, but I can see where they're going with this review.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Did you get them all from me?
No.
Okay.
Or like what I did?
The ones I had for you.
I didn't think, like, did I guess them all?
I think.
I don't think so. I think I missed one.
Writers and Lovers.
Yes,
Okay, I
was
have
the one.
one more for you. This is the the funny one that I was scared to include. Okay, I had to redact the name, so I'll just say blank.
Okay.
Blank somehow had time to shave her coochie at war.
Why does it sound like the first book in the Crescent City series? Because it sounds like that's something that she would do.
I could see that, but no.
Not in the ACOTAR? No.
No.
Did I recently read this?
I don't think this year.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if I can guess.
I think it would have had to have been last year, though.
Okay. Fantasy, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, what fantasy books I read. Well, we already did Fourth Wing, but I don't also think that was Fourth Wing.
It was not Fourth Wing.
Is it in the ACOTAR series? Did I just say that?
Yeah.
Dang it. Okay, I can't guess.
It's not Fourth Wing.
Oh, Iron Flame.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Iron Flame.
Yes. Oh, Violet.
I don't think I'm ever going to read Onyx Storm, by the way. I just can't.
I read that, but I can't remember if I did or not.
I think you were listening to the audiobook.
And I think I finished it, but I don't know if I put it on Goodreads or not. I've been bad at that lately, but I would not read another one of her fantasy books again.
No.
Unfortunately.
No. Okay.
That was fun.
We should do that more. I should get better at it, actually.
I think you did great. I feel like I picked really hard ones, though, that you would have, like, that kind of, like, anonymized the whole story a little bit.
Well, it doesn't help the amount that I read.
You have, it's probably like a catalog up in your brain anyways, that you're just like.
Yeah, and it's almost like the same few authors just stick out to me all the time.
Yes.
So it's like I'm going to try and fit everything into their space. So, yeah. I'm probably never going to get better at that game, but we can.
I'm not
keep
good at
doing it.
guessing at all.
But you did good. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Well, that concludes the end of this Novel Matters episode. Just so you know, our next podcast book will be The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. So you should read and follow along for our next podcast. Bye.
Bye.